What is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advance Sports Talk. All right, so Super Bowl 57 has concluded, and man, what a game that was, bruh. This game is already being heralded as the greatest game in Super Bowl history. Well, one of them at least, but man. So, let's talk about the game first, and then we're going to do a breakdown. I don't know where to start, but, oh man. So, first off, Chiefs won 38-35. And you know what I always say. You need to score above 30 to beat the Chiefs. And the Eagles did that. It's just that the Chiefs just happened to score 38. Oh man. But in any case, let's talk about the tale of two halves. Because if you've been following my shorts, you noticed I said that it was about to be a long night for the Eagles. No, it was about to be a long night for the Chiefs because the Eagles was dominating. It was 14 up or 14 all by the end. No, 21. No, it was 24-14 by the end of the first half. But the Chiefs' offense had only scored 7 points. You see, they got that. They got the other 7 off of a horrible turnover by Jalen Hurts, and that is like a once in a lifetime mistake that almost never happens, and that just happened to be the 0.01%. So, man, but yeah, so that touchdown actually tied the game up because the Eagles had went down on 2 consecutive drives and scored touchdowns. So the first one was Jalen Hurts. I think the second one was Jalen Hurts as well. Or was it Devontae Smith? I don't know. I can't remember. I'll go in and find out. But man, all right, so first touchdown was by Jalen Hurts. It was a rushing touchdown. The Chiefs then had a passing touchdown to Travis Kelce. They had to work a little bit harder to get down to the end zone. Eagles' second touchdown was A.J. Brown. And then the Chiefs' second touchdown was to Nick Bolton, who ran up with the fumble recovery. He ran the fumble recovery into the end zone. Let's see. Then Jalen Hurts, then Jake Elliott. So that's for the first half. But yeah, so they was dominating going into the locker room, and to make matters worse, with 2 minutes left in the first half, Mahomes tweaked his ankle. So already things is looking grimmer for the Chiefs by the second. And we're like, dang, if Patrick Mahomes is out for the rest of the game, then the Chiefs don't stand a chance. But what was even crazier, because I was even saying during the game, I said, why the hell do they still have him out on the sideline? Like, cause he, furthermore, trying to jog into the locker room. I'm like, look, you need to take as much time as you can to get started working on him early. You gotta preserve your quarterback for the second half if you're gonna bring him back out. And even to the point where Patrick Mahomes was limping. He did the limp jog. The jog with the jog where you like, all right, yeah, he's having some trouble running, but it was all a work. It was a work. And yeah, oh man, and it's crazy because I should have seen it, because I remember the same thing. That's how Roethlisberger psyched the Ravens out all those years ago, But We're going to talk about that later. So basically, what I liked that the Eagles did, the Eagles made sure to challenge the Chiefs defense. They challenged the Chiefs defense from minute 1 all the way down to minute 0. And yeah, well, from minute 1 to minute 60 rather. All 60 minutes of this game, the Eagles challenged the Chiefs defense. Not only were they challenging them with play clock discipline, not jumping off sides and whatnot, they ran the play clock down to the very last possible second before they hiked the ball. And then going forward on 4th down and doing the exact same thing. Because when you combine these things together, it creates a constant state of unrest, with the defense. Because it's like there are certain, when you're an athlete, there are certain, cues that, that causes your psyche to relax, and certain things. And we know this because even if you haven't played football, we know this as fans, because, when you get that stop on 3rd down, you think your job is done. You good. Hey, we good. We going over to the bench. Oh, wait, they staying out there? Oh, dang, they going for it? Man. And I know they're going to run this clock down. They're going to run the play clock down to 0 before they hike it, man. And the thing is that, yeah, they tested them mentally and they tested their discipline, because the Chiefs jumped off sides more than a few times. There were some times where, like, you looked at it and you said, Eagles didn't even have a play. They didn't even have a play prepared for that. They was willing to take the penalty, and they did take a couple delay of game penalties. But yeah, offensively, that's what you want your team to look like. But man, defensively though, first half solid. Second half, they were complacent. It looked to me like they banked on the fact of Mahomes not being able to run. And when they were shocked by that, when they were shocked by the fact that he could run, they never broke out of that shock. So, they was still trying to, treat it as if he couldn't move. 0 blitzing, selling out, and everything. And that's how Travis Kelce, the other tight end, how they kept getting open on that far left-hand side. Like the one guy, man, he just walked in untouched because he was out there by himself, alone. And oh man, I foresee that there is going to be some changes in the Eagles secondary. Matter of fact, the whole defense, with the exception of maybe a few people, 2 or 3 people maybe. I could say with 100% certainty that T.J. Edwards, Hassan Reddick, and Jordan Davis are still gonna be there. There's somebody else that I'm thinking about. I'm forgetting, but yeah, I mean, I think Garner Johnson should be back. But man, like it's yeah. But in any case, yeah. But like this was what my homeboy would call a lightsaber fight, high scoring. And look, these look, hold up. So let's talk about these two gentlemen right here. Like, cause between the two of them, actually between both teams in general, like there was so many records set in this Super Bowl. It was ridiculous. So let me count the ways. Oh my God. First off, Jalen Hurts, most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Oh man. Jalen Hurts, once again, most rushing Most rushing yards by a quarterback in the Super Bowl with 70. Oh, Jalen had 3 rushing touchdowns, by the way. Longest punt return by Kadarius Toney. Patrick Mahomes. But anyway, yeah. So, 65-yard punt return. Longest punt return ever. But if he didn't get knocked out at the 5, it would have been 70 and it would have been a touchdown. So, yeah, that would have been another record set. So I'm glad the Eagles saved themselves from that embarrassment. Let's see. Jalen Hurts makes NFL history. Let's see. Eagles' second-year quarterback also became the first player in NFL history with 300 yards passing, 70 yards rushing, and 3 touchdown runs in a game. So, yeah. Let's see. Most points scored by a losing team in a Super Bowl with 35. By the Eagles. Let's see. Mahomes. What did he do? Mahomes became the first quarterback with 3 touchdown passes, 0 turnovers, and 0 sacks in the Super Bowl. Andy Reid became the first head coach. Hold on. Andy Reid became the first head coach to defeat a team in the Super Bowl that he previously coached. Bruh. All right. So, yeah, that was pretty much all of the storylines that I have that we've covered before in my preview video. Yeah, and needless to say, since the Chiefs won, Patrick Mahomes became the Super Bowl MVP. So now he has, I don't know if this is a record or not. I got to check Brady's stats, but he was now the league MVP and the Super Bowl MVP in the same year. So, yeah. Rihanna put together a very fabulous halftime show, and which I don't think everybody is really talking about. They're mainly talking about the fact that she was showing off her baby bump, and nobody knew that she was pregnant apparently. But yeah, so yeah, Rihanna put together a good show. Her show was that performance was so good, even she had to look at it. Well, she was really looking at the fireworks, but oh man. So despite all of that, still congratulations to the Chiefs. Congratulations to Big Red, the Kelsey brothers. They had their moment in the middle of the field. And look, let me tell you something. Travis Kelce was lit. When he was doing the interview, he let the fans have it. He was like, ain't nobody thought that we was gonna win. And man, look, man, he was raw, he was uncut, and he man, they had to they kept having to censor him because he was cussing. Oh man, but bro, that was hilarious. Juju Smith-Schuster had a good game, but I think this is pretty much what he's going to be remembered for. This is him entering the arena in a Scottish kilt. You got Scott in your blood, man. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just asking. But you know what? All in all, congrats to the Chiefs. They played a really good game, and man, they played a good game. They found a way to win. At the end, they made the necessary adjustments at halftime. Defense did not adjust to their adjustments, and they came out on top. But I will say this though, Eagles offense did not stop producing. I can't say it enough. I say it every time. The formula to beating the Chiefs, for you to have a chance to beat the Chiefs, you got to score at least 30 points. They scored 35 points. Defense couldn't stop them in the second half, and that was the major difference in the ball game. All right, so yeah, congrats to the Chiefs ownership, to the Chiefs players. In no way was this a fluke, because another thing that made this game such a that made this game such so good was the fact that these were the two top seeded teams in each conference, and they both collided and made this grand spectacle. But let me end by saying this. A lot of people would look at this picture and they see defeat, despair, a few other choice emotions that was probably introduced in the Sandman Netflix series. Not a plug. But yeah, like, it's easy to look at this and see like defeat and despair or whatnot, but or even trying to pull something negative from the Eagles losing in the Super Bowl. Listen, I always say, in games, you can get as many first downs as you want, but what happens when you run out of space? And what I mean when I say that is that you can't punch it in the end zone. And first down don't mean nothing if you can't punch it in the end zone. This is different. So the Eagles dominated the NFC. Despite how you feel, how they ended, how they got exposed, right? 3 out of those last 4 games was Gardner Minshew. So yeah, and maybe whether or not it was it was the system or whatever the case, because even in that system, Gardner Minshew still managed to put up 30 plus points on the Cowboys. So yeah, granted, turnovers probably didn't help them win that game, but look at the potential. Yeah, so like I said, we got Jalen Hurts in his second full year as a starter. This is his 3rd year overall. And like, anybody that comes back and says, he can't win the big game. All right, well, all right. He made it to the Super Bowl. So like, what are you saying? All right, so he won the game at the end of the season to lock up the 1st seed. He won the championship. Won the NFC championship, thus securing a spot in the Super Bowl. He alone is responsible for 21 of the 35 points that they scored. And yes, I know that there were touchdown passes involved, but I mean in terms of him personally taking it into the end zone. So listen, to say that this kid is not capable of handling big moments is utterly ridiculous, because I can wholeheartedly say it that 90% of the people that's saying this is watching it with their teams sitting on the couch. I'm just saying. But yeah, so of course, the Eagles, they got a lot of free agent issues coming up, a lot of contract issues coming up. They have they're gonna rework some things. Like I said, I pretty much see like a good 60 to 70% of the defense getting cut. From that horrible showing in the second half. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now the arms race begins. The Eagles got 2 first-round picks. We're gonna see how they do it. Once again, this is their 3rd draft where they pretty much hold all of the cards. They can do whatever they want. Like, so, oh man, nobody has an off season like the Eagles though. But nah, so yeah, we're gonna see what the future holds for them. And yeah, even Jalen Hurts himself said, all right, hey, this is a learning experience. And once again, when you talk about the big game argument, how much further could you go? Yeah, well, you didn't win the Super Bowl. All right. He got to the Super Bowl. And as for the Eagles team as a whole, you know my rule. You don't start getting looked at questionably unless you're outside of 10 years of winning the Super Bowl. So, yeah. Last time the Eagles went to a Super Bowl was 5 years ago, and they won. So, you know, as far as my philosophy goes, all right, hey, they are staying relevant, and they are in contention. So, but in any case, good job going out with grace, you know, like the Eagles did. Like, and yeah, and that's another thing. Like, people are they're gonna highlight that fumble, which, like I said, one in 100 chance that ever happens. And then they're gonna highlight that Hail Mary that he attempted at the end. And one, it might have been his shoulder. Two, the more I look at it, he couldn't really step into it because there was somebody right in front of him, right in his face. So, you know, so there is that. But hey, he's a young kid. Matter of fact, the core of the Eagles offense is young. Like, bruh. All right, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure that they will be back. They might take a step back next year once they retool and reevaluate their talent. But yeah, they gonna be back. They gonna be contenders next year. Watch. And if you doubt me, remember, I said it last year. I said it last year. But in any case, congrats to the Chiefs organization. Congrats to Andy Reid, Big Red. You know, they got the bragging rights for another year. Mahomes is going to continue to lend credence to what I said in my Tom Brady video about him being next in line. Jalen Hurts has also lent credence to what I said about him possibly being the next second place contender or to be in contention of being the GOAT himself. You know, we know that he spent some time with Tom Brady in the offseason and, you know, picked up some pointers or whatnot. So, yeah, there you go. But in any case, what did you think about Super Bowl 57? Did you enjoy it? Were you rooting for the Chiefs? Were you rooting for the Eagles? Did you destroy your best friend's apartment? Did you destroy your best friend's TV and property? If so, you might need to formulate an apology or some type of monetary gift in terms of money. So, but in any case, my name's Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything you see at the bottom. Happy Super Bowl. Good win for the Chiefs. If I don't see you, if you don't follow me on football, I will see you next season. I'm out. I meant to say if you only follow my channel for football. But in any case, yeah, y'all will still be here because I'm going to, you know, there's going to be news that happens in the off season and I'm going to report on it. So, yeah, I'm just saying. In any case, y'all take care.